PPT is about advanced PowerPoint. So in this PPT we will see the features of advanced PowerPoint like hyperlink, animation graph, animation, slide master, incorporate media, how it works. So first is hyperlink. Go to the hyperlink. Hyperlink what? How to use hyperlink? So first step is select the text, shape or picture that you want to use as hyperlink. Go to insert, then click on links, go to hyperlink, link to existing file or place in this document or create new document. Select existing file or web page and the add. In case the text to display, type the text that you want to appear as hyperlink. In case of screen tip, type the text that you want to appear when user hovers over the hyperlink. Current folder, browse page or recent files. Select where you want to link. In case of address, if you have not already selected a location above, select the URL for the website you want to link to. If you link to a file on your computer and move your PowerPoint presentation to another computer, you will also need to move any link file. Select link to a place in a document, new document or email address. First step is select the text, shape or picture that you want to use as a hyperlink. Step 2, select insert, then go to hyperlink and select an option. An option will be like place in this document, create new document and email address. In case of place in this document, link to a specific slide in your presentation. Create new document option will link from your presentation to another presentation. Email address option will link a displayed email address to open up a user's email program. Step 3, fill in the text to display, screen tip and where you want to link to. Then select OK. Once you have inserted the link, you can test it. Another example is go to the next slide. So this is also hyperlinked with the next slide. When I will click here, I will go to the next slide. Let's see. See, I came here. So this slide will tell us about the animation graph, how animation graph use. So in case of animation chart or animation graph, we have to do it. Select the chart or graph on the slide, select the animation type in the toolbar and select the animation you want to use. Now by default, PowerPoint will animate the whole chart graphs, thus all elements will appear at once. To change this behavior, click on effect option to the option of your prefer. As one object, by series, by category, by element in series, by element in category. This option will guarantee that each element will get an animation. Step 1 is prepare your before and after charts to have exactly the same size and position. Everything that moves between these slides will animate. You don't want to draw attention to other parts of the slide, only to the changing graphs. Step 2 is make sure every bar uses a distinct color. Step 3 is create 2 new blank slides for your animated before and after slide. Hide your original charts for future editing or if you need to start over. See? 2 blank slides. Step 4. On your original before slide, copy your graph by using Ctrl C or selecting copy from the home button. Step 5. On your new before screenplay, on the paste drop down arrow and select paste special. Step 6. You will be presented with a list of formats in which you can paste content. Select picture, which is a vector based asset. This is the way. With every step I have provided a picture that from that you will understand easily. Step 7. Resize and center your chart again. Reason: PowerPoint doesn't have paste the new vector based on chart to its original dimension, so you have to resize and align the graph again. Step 8. Repeat step number 4, 5, 6 and 7 for your after chart also, as you need to create after chart again, so if you have to repeat the steps 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Step 9. Clean up. We need to do a bit of cleanup for our animation to work. Ungroup your new assets. Right click on your new graphics and select ungroup. Step 10. Ungroup again. Now that you have a vector based graphic, you need to ungroup it again so that all the elements are editable individual objects. Remember to ungroup twice for your after graphic as well. Note: PowerPoint creates an invisible object on top of all of these newly created vector objects. You can delete it or ignore it like this. Step 11. Select the morph transition between your two new slides and voila, you are done. Step 12. This is optional. If you are using labels when you animate graphs in PowerPoint to change over time, you will notice they move around across the screen, which is not ideal. To fix this, you need to fade your labels out before the transition begins. Use a fade out animation. Let's find some example here. See, this chart will work. This is working. So now we will see that how animation work. To apply built-in animation, select a text or object that you want to animate. Go to the animation tab. In the animation group, select the animation effect that you want to from the animate list. See, animation option will be there. Go to the animation option. To gain more control over how and when effects are applied, you can create and apply a custom animation. You can apply more than one animation, so you can make a line or text fly in and then make the text fly out. Custom animations are created in the custom animation task pane. I have shown example just after some slides of animation. I have used more than one animation for making you understand. To apply a custom animation, select the text or object that you want to animate. Go to the animation tab in the animation group and then select custom animation. This brings up an animation task pane on the right side of the window. Click the add effect button and select an effect. There are 4 effects: interns, emphasize, exit, motion paths. Intern is used to make the text or object enter the screen, and exit is used to make the text and object leave the screen. Use and emphasis used to add an effect or text to the text or object that is already visible in the screen, and motion path is used to make the text and object move in a specified pattern. Icons indicate the type of effect chosen. The timing of the animation effects can be modified. Choices include start on click, start with previous, start after previous. Fly in. This is entrance effect of fly in. See, this is exit effect of fly out. Float-in. This is intense effect of float-in. This is intense effect of float-out. Appear. This is appear. This is disappear. Split. This is split. This is wipe. Shaping. This is shape out. Fade. Wipe. Fill. This is entrance effect and exit effect. Both I have shown. Zoom in, zoom out. Bounce. Like this. Bounce. Exit. So here's some motions path. Lines. How it works. See how it works. Arcs. Turns. Shapes. This is like loop. Custom path. How to use Slide Master. So let's start how to use Slide Master. Similar to templates, Slide Master allow you to make a change just once and apply it to every slide in your presentation. Include slides that have yet to be added. It is a good idea to clear the Slide Master before you start to build individual slides rather than after. When you create the Slide Master first, all of the slides that you have to add to your presentation are based on that Slide Master. However, if you create a Slide Master after you start to build individual slides, some of the items on the slides may not conform to the Slide Master design. To work with Slide Master, go to the View tab and choose Slide Master. Then a shortcut for getting to Slide Master view is hold the Shift key while clicking the normal viewpoint in the status bar in the lower right corner of the window, like this. What you now see is not content of the slide but rather the layout of the slide. The slide thumbnails that appear on the left side of the window as Slide Masters for each of different layouts are available. Changes made to any of the Slide Master will apply to all slides of the layout, like this. To close the Slide Master view, close the Slide Master view on the Slide Master tab. How to use incorporate media. PowerPoint will allow you to insert sound or movie clips into your presentation. To prevent position problems with links, it is a good idea to copy the sound, video or the same folder as your presentation before they are added to the presentation. To insert sound on a slide, click on the Insert tab. In the Media Clip groups, click the Allow under Sound. Do one of the following. Click Sound from File, locate the folder that contains the file and then double click the file that you want to add. Click Sound from Clip Organizer. Scroll to find the clip that you want to in Clipper taskpen and then click it to add it to the slide. Then click Play CD audio track to play sound from a CD. Then click Record Sound to use a microphone to record your own sound on it. Then use the features available in the Sound Tools tab to customize your sound options. For example, to adjust the volume, the tab is only available when the sound clip is selected. To set additional options, go to the Animations tab and click Custom Animation. From the Custom Animation play, click the arrow next to the sound object and select Effect options. Advanced options can be set from the effects, timing and sound setting tabs. To insert a movie on a slide, first step is on the insert tab in the media clip groups, click the arrow under movie. To insert a movie on a slide, on the insert tab in the media clip group, click the arrow under movie. Click the movie from file, locate the folder and then contents as a file and double click the file that you want to add. Click the movie from clip organizer, scroll to the find the clip that you want to clip art. So, at least what are the benefits of the PowerPoint, advanced PowerPoint? Creating tables, graphs and all sorts of diagram, building an animating slideshow, customize PowerPoint toolbars to make frequent use, tools more accessible, creating and using media, the internet and action buttons, tool navigation, applicable and productivity hacks, visualization, interactivity, automation, media. Thank you so much. Hope you have liked the training.